Hey Awesome Universe, hey it's nice to be awesome, how you doing, hope you had a great over around the world. And this is a reaction, because people wanted me to talk about, because the announcements lately about Fox and X-Men Days of Our Future Past releasing the trailer and everything, so let's talk about Fox with the Marvel movies and everything for the future, for their cinematic universe and everything. Let's talk about it. Because a lot of people wanted my opinion on this. Okay, let's get to it. Well, basically, as we know, X-Men Days of Our Future Past is coming out this May. 2 trailers have been revealed, posters, everything's been revealed now. So now we're just waiting for the movie. And the interesting thing is about this is, now, also, right after this movie, and as we know, this movie basically is going to be the beginning of the cinematic universe, basically, the Fox Marvel Cinematic Universe. And as we know, Fantastic Four are coming out next year, the first reboot movie in 2015 next year. Then in 2016, in 2 years' time, it will be X-Men Apocalypse. And then in 2017, it also will be the Wolverine third solo movie. And also, Fantastic Four reboot second movie. Sequel. And in 2018, there was an untitled Marvel Fox movie. So, let's just talk about it. Okay, as we know, X-Men Days of Our Future Past, because the franchise has been going on for a very, very long time. All the way from 2000, all the way to now at the moment, and it is going to go on to at least 2018. Now, so a very, very long time, like, literally it's going to go on for at least 18 years. Holy shit, it's already been going on for 14 years, my god. But, let's just talk about it. Well, as we know, apparently there is something in this movie, as we know, because it's all time travel, it's going to change the future and everything with the Sentinels and everything. So, basically, by the end of this movie, something is going to happen that is going to change the future, change what is going to happen in the future, basically. Now, we know that moment's going to happen. And then we know Fantastic Four, in their movie, will be introduced and established into the cinematic universe. And as we also know that basically, Fox have already talked about post-credit scenes, like what Marvel Studios do and everything, and Easter eggs and camos, what Marvel Studios doing, a cinematic universe where, and basically it leads to a crossover movie. So they already made that known at the end of 2012 that they were doing one, and they've been talking about a lot and teasing a lot. So it's going to be interesting. And then, as we know, see, everyone knows I don't like Fox. I fucking hate Fox. And for me, most of the movies they've ever done, apart from, like, X-Men First Class, that was, like, the only movie I would ever call great. All the others were either shit, or they were average, or they were at least good. At least good. But, I think, I have to admit, for the cinematic universe, because the cinematic universe is beginning probably in, even though the franchise has been going on a lot longer than that, mainly the cinematic universe begins with X-Men Days of Our Future Past. So, I have to admit, the build-up is actually kind of good, because look, X-Men Days of Our Future Past do an X-Men movie, then we get a Fantastic Four movie, then we get an X-Men movie again. Even though it's not the trilogy, it's kind of basically, I think we all get what's happening there. Basically, Apocalypse is basically, it's going to show how Apocalypse takes over the world and takes over the future and everything, and stuff like that. And he's going to be the main villain for the crossover movie. It's pretty obvious. Now, and Ancient Mutants will come and everything. But if we talk more about it, then you have another Fantastic Four movie, a sequel, and then you have the Wolverine movie, which I have a feeling is going to be X-Force, because why didn't they announce X-Force? I have a feeling that they're going to put X-Force in the movie with Wolverine. So for that solo movie. And actually, that would probably be a bit more interesting, to be honest, than, because for me, the last 2 Wolverine movies, aka the 2 movies in the trilogy, have kind of, they ain't been that great. It's not the greatest comic book trilogy I've ever seen. It's probably one of the most average. But they were, but I think, basically, I have to admit, the build-up is really good up to because we can all tell what the Untitled movie is. Pretty much X-Men and Fantastic Four having a crossover movie with Apocalypse being the villain. It's pretty obvious. I've already, look at the way they're setting this up. X-Men Days of Our Future Past. That is the events that lead to basically changing the future, pretty much changing it where Apocalypse is going to be the one that takes over and everything, leading it to where Fantastic Four, instead of not being humans, they'll probably obviously be, you know, they're going to get their powers and everything. So it's like they change the future. They bring a lot of people back to life that died in the franchise of the, you know, in the future movies, so they can bring them back. It's like a lot of things are going to change with that movie. Fantastic Four is the birth of the Fantastic Four and everything. That is the introduction and the establishment of the Fantastic Four. Now, X-Men Apocalypse is basically showing you how Apocalypse rises and takes over the world and everything, and pretty much takes over until, you know, because they're pretty much, I can tell the crossover movie will basically be Age of Apocalypse, basically, that storyline, basically. Now, basically, and then after that movie, we have Fantastic Four sequel, and then we have we also have the Wolverine movie. So, I have a feeling that the Wolverine will have a third solo, obviously he's having a third solo movie in 2017. Now, I have a feeling it's going to have something to do with X-Force, because I have a feeling, because also, as we know, Wolverine was a member in the X-Force. So I have a feeling that, and remember, who is the leader of X-Force? Cable. And Cable was the time-traveling superhero who was one of the biggest threats to Apocalypse in the comics and the animated series and everything. So, I can see that definitely happening. Plus, we all love Deadpool. And I think the bromance needs to seriously happen, because, you know, the way they did Deadpool sucked. So, in the Wolverine Origins. But anyway, let's just get to it. And then we have the crossover movie. Oh, actually, no, we have Fantastic Four. And the sequel, I reckon the way you can do that is you can just end it in a cliffhanger, basically, where it basically, you know, it's Apocalypse. The Apocalypse is in control of the world, it's the Apocalypse and everything. That's the way you do it, basically. And then X-Men and also X-Men and, you know, and Fantastic Four come together for a crossover movie. Now, to Fox, this would basically be aka their Avengers movie, aka their Justice League movie. This is what it would be, a crossover movie, basically. And yeah, I have to admit there would be hype for this movie. I think, for me, if there's a great build-up to the movie, to the crossover movie between X-Men and Fantastic Four, if there's a great build-up, if X-Men Days of Our Future Past is good, if X-Men Apocalypse is good, if the Wolverine third solo movie is good, and if the two Fantastic Four movies are good, then we actually, you know, there actually could be quite a bit of hype for this movie. A lot more hype than expected. If not, if all the movies suck, or most of them suck, or half of them suck and the others are good, then I think everyone's going to be on the edge still. Because we're mostly with Fox movies, we're always on the edge with them. Because it's like, well, mostly, all the Fox movies mostly have all been shit, to be honest. They've all mostly sucked the Marvel ones, but they've mostly all sucked. But, you know, I think for the last few years, the last two movies are X-Men First Class and the Wolverine, even though the Wolverine one wasn't exactly the greatest movie ever, because it wasn't, when it came to comic book movies, I thought it was obviously it was a lot better than Wolverine Origins, it was a lot more better made and everything, but the thing was, for me, it felt pointless why they created this movie and everything. And I kind of found it boring at times, just like Wolverine Origins in a way, the same thing. But I have to admit, it was better than Wolverine Origins, at least. But, see, for me, put X-Force in the movie to help Wolverine out, because you're going to need something good in there. You know, because they were saying they were going to make an X-Force movie and nothing's been announced, so it looks like they're not doing it. So X-Force, I have a feeling, is going to be in that movie. The Wolverine. The third final Wolverine movie, probably, you know. And then, but the only thing is, you know, for the cinematic universe, 2018, if it's the crossover movie, which it probably is, it's going to end the franchise. Because look, the X-Men franchise has been going on since 2000. 2000. From where we are there to now, that's 14 years. Getting to 2018, that's 18 years that franchise has been going on then. A lot of the actors, up to this point, want to quit. Actually, most of them are quitting and everything. Hell, most of the First Class people are quitting. So, leave a like and comment for your opinion, subscribe for more videos, all, X-Men fans, Fantastic Four fans, all, Marvel comic book fans, DC comic book fans, all comic book fans, subscribe to my channel for more videos. And, yeah, if you really, really do, I think, see, I'm not exactly, obviously everyone knows by watching my videos, I'm not the biggest fan of Fox. But, obviously I want the rights to all their characters to go to Marvel Studios, back to Marvel Studios, but at the moment it looks like it's not. So I hope, and I really, really hope that Marvel, as I said before, if we get a good build-up from X-Men Days of Future Past, the 2 Fantastic Four movies, the Wolverine third solo movie, and X-Men Apocalypse, to the crossover movie with X-Men and Fantastic Four, could be a great epic blockbuster, the movie and everything. With a great build-up, it could be. Just like what with Marvel Studios did with Phase 1 and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, great build, all good movies, an epic movie. That's what Fox need to do. That's what DC are going to do too. They're going to be, obviously, because after hearing their, thingy, we're going to see what happens there, and I'm going to do a video about that, so DC Comics fans, definitely watch that. And also Marvel fans, if you want to watch that too. But, guys, that's my solution and everything, and what I think of it. As usual, subscribe to my channel if you want more videos of this. And, yeah. Well, basically, I obviously don't like Fox, and I don't like Bryan Singer, but I always hope for, especially when it comes to comic book movies, I always hope they do well. So, bye guys, love you, remember, you're awesome, bye guys.